Hello everybody, I'm Naguura and today I have another Sauercrowd recap for you. It is day 11, I think. And I'm gonna start with the obvious. I died.
Lauf raus,
I'm
ich lauf
sorry.
raus. Ah, fuck.
Da wird stehen bleiben sollen.
Nein,
Oh mein Gott.
Naguura, nein!
Nein. Oh nein.
Oh mein Gott.
Yeah, it was stupid. I died, I was level 33? 34, I don't know. And I died in Scarlet Monastery, in library. It was really stupid. It was stupid. Unfortunately, Jonesman died as well. So I was in there with Jonesman, with Jenyan, with Reeve, and with Bröckje. And yeah, so basically, we were just pulling mobs. It was a little bit high level for us. It wasn't super high level, to be honest. It was just like kind of like the same level, a little bit like high, but like nothing too crazy. And we went kind of slow, but so unfortunately, like one mob was like running away, and that mob aggroed other mobs, and then we had a lot of mobs all of a sudden. So we tried to play it at first, but it went out of control. So I called to run. I put a dummy down, a target dummy. I bopped Jonsman to make sure he survives because he was having some aggro and dropped really low. And then we were running out, and everyone else was in front of me except Jonsman on his rogue. And as I was in front of I bubbled to make sure I survived until the entrance. And then as I was right in front of the entrance, I turned around for a second because I noticed that Jonsman was not there yet, the second rogue. So I turned around and I knew I still have lay on hands and I have a health pot and a stun, so I should be fine. So the first mob that arrived, I stunned, and I waited a little bit longer for Jonsman to arrive because I didn't hear any calls from him, and Jonsman, he's a new player. So like I didn't know, did his fetish work? Did it not? Like, is he still in combat? Like, I don't know. So I was thinking, you know what? I'm just gonna wait. Since I can. I have all of these tools still to survive, so I'm fine. So I stunned him up, and then when all of the other mobs arrived, I start running out. I get dazed, which is fine. And as soon as I drop low, I want to press my lay on hands. And I press my lay on hands, 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 and nothing happens, and I die. So yeah. What happened was that I had a macro. I had a mouse of a macro, which I have for all of my abilities. I always use mouse of a macros because I'm just used to them. And unfortunately, in Classic, spells have different ranks. And if you make a macro without including a rank, then it will just use the highest one of the spell. But unfortunately, when I made the lay on hands macro, I had accidentally put rank 1 in the macro, and at this point I had rank 2, and unbeknownst to me, lay on hands, like you always, the way Classic works is that if you learn a new rank, then depending on what ability it is, you keep either all of the ranks or you only keep the latest one. And the way that's the logic is that usually if there's no reason to use, like if there's no benefit ever to use a lower rank, then you can only use the highest one that you have. So for example, for Holy Light or for any kind of healing spells, you can usually use the lower ranks. You keep them because they cost less mana, they're faster. So sometimes you want to use the lower ranks, right? But for some abilities, like for warriors or whatever, usually there's absolutely no benefit to use a lower rank, so you just don't have it. And for lay on hands, apparently you also don't get the lower ranks. So if you learn rank 2, you don't have rank 1 anymore. It's just gone. So in my macro, there was rank 1 lay on hands, which I did not have anymore as a spell. Like that spell, I didn't have it. So the macro just didn't work. It didn't do anything because I don't have rank 1 lay on hands anymore. So yeah, and I was just like completely unaware of this. I also like just expected it to work because like why wouldn't it work? So I was just, there in front of the entrance. I think the macro works. I press, it doesn't. I die. That's it. I did have a health pot available as well. I know people said, oh, you had a health pot. Yeah, I did have a health pot. I could have used it. I probably would have survived if I did. But I just had the plan to use lay on hands. And there was just no reason for me in that moment to think of a second thing to press, because lay on hands is an ability that can't resist or can't not work usually unless your macro doesn't work or you target the wrong person or something. So in my mind, I was so fine. I was just needed to press this macro and I would have been fine. But yeah, so that's why I didn't press health bar, because it didn't happen so fast. After I realized that it didn't work, I was already dead. And yeah, unfortunately, Jonsman then died too. Because he was in combat with the mobs for quite a while already. Like, he had vanished, but then he walked too close to the mobs, like already like earlier before we ran out, and he was in combat. So unfortunately, when I died and everyone else was already out of the dungeon, Jonsman was in combat, and then he got aggro and died as well. That was, yeah. I'm honestly really sorry for Jonsman, because if I wouldn't have died, if my macro would have worked, if I had a working macro, then I would have survived, which means that Jonsman also would have survived, because then he wouldn't have gotten aggro, right? So I feel really bad for him, honestly, and it sucks, because in the end, I was like the experienced person in the group, and I should have gotten them out of this, and I also should have prevented them up from running away. Like, I don't know, honestly, we were all a little bit like taking it a little bit too easy, and we're not really like, it's not that we weren't focused, but we weren't like playing super seriously. We weren't playing super safe. I could have pulled the trash that we were fighting further back to make sure that it doesn't run into the next pack. I could have used the like judgment that you can use for the mobs to not run away. I forgot what it was called. What it's called in English. Siegel der Gerechtigkeit. So yeah, I definitely could have done some stuff. We could have run earlier. I thought we can play it at the start. Like, I was thinking, you know what? I think we can play this. Maybe if we would have run immediately, it would have also been fine. I don't know. Like, at this point, it's just, I don't know. It just sucks. This lay on hands macro, I think, was like the biggest problem. Otherwise, we would have survived. Either way, it happens. Hopefully, or I at least learned a thing or two for sure. And I think the others also learned something about some of their abilities, about some of their oh shit buttons, and some like how to handle situations like this a little bit better maybe, or like what they can do and help and stuff. So that's good, I guess. At least something good that came out of it. And I made a new character, a paladin again, and I'm now level 15 already, so not too bad. It's okay, I'll get back. All right, that's it about my death. Then a lot more things happened. Sorry. Let me talk about the other things as well. So we also had a death from Gundagun. I have no idea how to pronounce his name. I'm sorry. He died to Princess to a Bagnon add-on error, which really sucks. Like, he wanted to open his bag to use his potion to survive, but then he got like an UI error, like one of these like typical like errors, and where it asks you to deactivate the add-on. So he pressed deactivate and he had a loading screen and he died when he came back. It was sad. Then we had Crystal's death. Crystal, she was high level. I don't know what level. She was not 30 yet, but she definitely like was between 20 and 30, and she died to the stealth mobs in Duskwood. She pulled like 3 mobs on accident, like as she was running away. Honestly, that was super unlucky in my opinion, that she somehow found all of the stealth mobs there. It was really sad. Then Keklak died in Duskwood to Eliza. The problem with Eliza is that like the mob seems like you can solo it. It's an elite mob, but it's not super high level. But the problem is Eliza spawns like 3 guards, undead guards. And that was the problem. So Keklak died because these guards spawned and he was not ready for it and he just died, unfortunately. Then Mauki died. Mauki was a level 36 druid. She was in a cave and she got like a lot of respawn. And as she was trying to run out, she like pulled more and she just ended up having nothing left and she got dazed twice in a row, which I believe was pretty unlucky too. Like it was like a double daze. I think if she would have only gotten dazed once, she would have been fine, but unfortunately, didn't happen. Then Crocoboss died to, as well, with pretty high level. I think it was in his like mid-30s as well. He died to the NPCs, to the Horde guards, or to the Horde NPCs that are standing in Tirisfal on the way to Scarlet Monastery. He wasn't aware that they're there, I guess, and he just walked into them. And because he did, he was flagged, PvP flagged, and the guards started attacking him. And the guards, of course, being question mark elite mobs, And his team couldn't help him because they had like the PvP flag kind of like warning in the middle of their screen. And obviously they can't do anything against like question mark elite mobs. So yeah, he ended up dying, unfortunately, as well. All right, so lots of like high level deaths today, lots of disasters today overall, but it's okay. All of the players that died made a new character again and started leveling. And since there's a new wave of players coming in on Friday, I was thinking the players that died today, it's not gonna like they might be able to still be like in range of like the levels of what the new players are going to be at, so you can kind of play dungeons together and stuff. Like it shouldn't be like the end of the world. So yeah. And that's it for today. There's a little bit of a one more thing, like with the bank management that we tried to figure out. I think I asked them, or I asked the guild lead if we can use an add-on called GBank Classic or something, where all of the members can see what's on the bank character, so they can tell us what they need from the bank. Because the human bank got a lot of items, but I feel like the players are just not aware what's on it, so they can't tell me what they... Like if there's an item they would need, but they don't know it's there, like how would they know, right? So maybe we're going to be introducing that add-on, so players can get items from the banks better. That's it for today. All right, so when it comes to like Jenyan is now like the highest level from the Sauercrowd brides. Lost Kitten is already level 20 again, which is amazing. And since I'm level 15, we can go maybe Dead Mice together tomorrow, which is going to be nice. And yeah, hopefully we can catch up to Jenyan very soon, and then we can play some dungeons again together, which would be amazing. And yeah, that's it. We also changed one more thing. We're gonna change our schedule a little bit, or at least I will. I'm not sure if the others will like kind of follow, but I'm gonna start streaming a little bit earlier in the day and stop a little bit earlier as well. Is the plan, at least during the weekdays, and during maybe start at like 10 a.m. and then stop around like 8 p.m. or so to make sure that I get some time in the evening with David, since he's working normal job. People that work normal jobs are like horrible. I don't know. And then on the weekend, we still are going to be playing all day though, which should be fun. And we said we're going to do like a wine day, maybe on Friday or on Saturday. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the recaps. If you do, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and check out my stream over at twitch.tv/Naguura. I also have an Instagram where I post stuff whenever I'm not streaming. And I also have a second YouTube channel where I post my real life stream kind of compilations, highlights, whatever. So check that out too. It's called Caroline Forel, which is my real name. All right, that's it. I'm going to leave you. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice rest of your day. You're pretty cool. I like you, and see you next time. Bye.